broadcast of the Congregation of the Mighty. This is your brother Yawitazah. Some of y'all probably not going to be able to say that, so you can just say Zah, Z-A-H. Yeah, man, we here with another broadcast. I just wanted to take some time to, you know, come talk to the people. It's been a little bit. Some of you that's been following my channel haven't seen me for about a month now. And I know y'all probably like, yo, where is Brother Yawitazah at? So, I wanted to make sure to come on here and tap in with y'all and just, share with you all the peace that I've had over this month, and just share with y'all some of the gems that I think that is going to be really beneficial to those that have been trying to seek for peace themselves. And, that's the reason why I take the time that I need for me. If I need to take some time to myself, that's what I do. You know what I'm saying? So pretty much when it comes down to this particular subject, many people out there are struggling with trying to keep their peace of mind. And I know this because that is something that I've struggled with and something that will come into your life in cycles, okay? And so I want to kind of get into how you can really start focusing on and prioritizing your peace of mind and make sure that you are at the highest level that you could possibly be when dealing with various issues, okay? And so for those of you out there that have tapped into this video and you're trying to figure out, what does this brother have to share about peace of mind? How does he have some proven ways, to protecting your peace of mind, protecting your peace? And, so it's to me, it's real simple. To me, it's real simple. It starts with prioritization. That's the number one thing. If you are not good at prioritizing things and you are putting a lot of stuff on your plate, you are pretty much leading yourself to a destructive cycle mentally. You have to know how to prioritize things in your life. Because if you don't, what's going to happen is you're going to create a bottleneck in your life. So many of you out there have families, right? Families that you're raising. You may have a wife, a husband, children, right? So as a man, for me, the one thing that I focus on, my top priority, is my family, right? And so in my family, Yah exists in my family. The Most High exists in my family, okay? He's the head of my family, okay? So I want y'all to kind of think about prioritization and why prioritizing family first is super important in order for you to gain the peace that you're trying to gain. And I'm going to explain why this is super important, okay? So when you were a child, okay, and you had particular issues that you may have faced as a kid, who was the first person that you went to when you really needed some help? As a kid, as a child, you went to your parent, right? You went to your parent and you said, Mom, Dad, this is my problem. This is the issue that I'm having, okay? And it was just like, you knew for sure that your parent was going to take care of that particular situation. It was like, if I had a problem in school with a teacher, another student, my mom would come and pick me up from school and I would be like, Mom, listen, the teacher might call you today, okay? And I'm just let you know, I didn't do anything wrong and this is what happened. My mom will assess the situation and she first of all is going to check me and tell me where I went wrong, right? If I did actually do something that was wrong. And then what she's going to do is devise a plan to be able to address that issue that I presented to her. And listen, it was a time where I felt as though my teacher in grade school, like, third or fourth grade, maybe fifth grade, I can't remember, but I felt as though this teacher was somewhat bullying me. You know what I'm saying? She just, for some reason, this teacher just didn't like me. And I told my mom the situation. You know, a kid was bothering with me in the classroom, and the teacher was just picking me out of the whole situation and making it seem like it was something that I was doing wrong when it wasn't. And so I'm gonna call home and all this. So I told my mom exactly what happened. Listen, my mom came up there to that school and shut that situation down. That teacher was just sitting there looking like she ain't know what to say or do. You see what I'm saying? So in as a man that is taking care of my family and prioritizing my family first, I know that my wife and my daughter, they're going to come to me and share their issues with me, and they're looking to me to deal with the situation just like that. They're gonna want to see me take care of that situation. But guess what? What did I tell y'all from the beginning of this here? In this here family, Yah, the Almighty Yah, is the head of my family. And Christ sits at that table as well. Our Messiah sits at that table as well. Right? So when I have a problem that I can't solve, that's, instead of me sitting there stressing myself out, I'm going to just go to my Father. Father, I got a problem here. I got a problem here. I really don't know how to solve this particular issue, and I'm going to need your help. And in his time, he's going to, he already has a plan. He already has a plan to help me with whatever issue that I may have. And so all I got to do is just bring it to him. See, this right here, and I'm going to show y'all why this is a proven way. This one thing that I just said is a proven way that all your issues is going to be solved. But before I do that, I want to just go ahead and say shalom to the people, peace and love to the people that are in the chat right now. I see y'all. Man, it's been a little minute. I missed y'all. You know, I see Devon Lee. I see Sister Faith. I see Gladiator. I see Issa Welder. Man, I see y'all. I see y'all. Joanna, shalom, shalom. Joanna Holden. Yeah. So, you know, peace to y'all, man. Listen, I really want y'all to have peace of mind. I really do, because, and I be seeing the different situations that brothers and sisters are in, and I just be looking like, man, sometimes you know how you just like, you know what? I'm gonna mind my business. I'm gonna let them just do what they're doing, and they're gonna figure it out. And people usually do. People usually do figure it out. What's up, Ricardo? What's up, Brian? Shalom. People usually do figure it out, but I'm telling y'all, it could be so much easier. So listen, when it comes down to protecting your peace of mind, you have to prioritize this, because if you don't, all you're going to keep doing is adding stuff to your plate. And many of the things that you are adding to your plate don't even belong to you. Okay? You got to understand this. Some things that you're taking on in your life do not belong to you. And it's going to come with a lot of headache. It's going to come with a lot of stress. But because you feel as though you're strong enough to take it on and you can solve the situation, you jump into that situation like, hey, listen, this is what you got to do. And now you look like the manager of that situation. You look like only the situation can be solved because you're the problem solver. And so now the problem is just going to be on your shoulders now. Okay. Now, I know this because I've done this many times. Okay. Everything that I'm sharing with you all is things that I have experienced. And so the first thing that I just told y'all about is making sure that you prioritize family first and foremost, and making sure that you know that our Messiah and the Almighty Yah is the head of your family, and whatever issues and problems that you may be having, you must go to the Almighty Yah and the Messiah. You have to. Okay, because it's not for you to solve. Okay, the Almighty Yah has made us equipped to do many things, but you can't solve issues and problems that are beyond you. You just can't. Okay, so there's some things that you just not going to be able to do, and the test is, are you going to submit to the head of your household, which is our Messiah and the Almighty Yah? You have to submit to that. You cannot sit back and believe that you are the one that's going to solve the problems for everybody. You can't. You can't do that, right? Issa said, I needed this stream. I just left my girlfriend because I felt no peace. Now she's telling everybody that I'm the bad guy. Right. And see, look, and what I'm going to get into is one of these things that you just said, that you just left, right? That right there is a way of protecting your peace. But before I get into that particular one, I want to just share this one here, right? It's the taking on of the certain responsibilities. Okay. Now I want to read y'all a scripture real quick. And this here scripture a lot of times is used, and it's James 3:1. Let me just bring this up real quick so I can read it. James 3:1 reads, Brethren, be not many masters, knowing that we shall receive the greater condemnation. Okay. Now this here scripture is used a lot of times with people that are teachers that have taken on some type of responsibility within a church environment, a camp environment, a spiritual environment, but it really does apply even outside of the confounds of that. Okay. And I'm going to just read it again because it's so profound when you just really listen to it, and not, and you have to remove like this religious veil that's over your eyes sometimes when you're listening and you're reading the scriptures. Not everything applies to you when you're reading the scriptures, right? And not everything applies to whatever situation you want to stick it to, but sometimes you really have to see beyond just whatever religious stigma has been put on a particular verse. And this particular verse, a lot of times that has been done because it just wants you to focus on just the church environment. But it's not, that's not the case. It says, my brethren, be not many masters. What does that mean? You cannot be the master of every single situation that comes in front of you. You can't. This goes right back to what I was saying before, that you have to give it to your master. Okay. For my daughter to try to pretend like she's going to take care of my bills, that she's going to take care of the broken sink that's in the kitchen, that she's going to take care of making sure that my credit score is right. My daughter, she's out of pocket if she does something like that, right? I'm not allowing her to take care of the things that I'm supposed to be the master over. And it just wouldn't make sense for her to try to be the master over the many things in the household. I have given her her particular duties to take care of, and I have my particular duties to take care of that Yah has given to me. Okay? So when you are trying to be masters over many, right? And this could be masters over many people. This could be masters over many situations. This could be a master over many jobs. You trying to just be the master. You trying to be the top dog. You got to stop with that. You have to. You have to. And I'm going to get into the reason why. It says it. It says, knowing we shall receive the greater condemnation. When you are being seen as the master of a situation, you're going to receive greater condemnation because it appears that you're the one in charge. So if somebody got a problem, they coming to you. You the top dog, right? Is there a problem? Okay, obviously you're the master of this, so I'm coming to you. You see, you just put yourself in a situation that you had no business being in. This is called pretty much just minding your business. Okay. And yes, Sister Faith just said it. This is great to think of, especially with work, right? Here's the thing. If it's not your job, to do a particular thing, you might need to stay in your lane. Okay? That doesn't mean just sit by willy-nilly and just allow things to fall by the wayside. You still have to take responsibility, but you need to go to your superior. You have to go to your superior and say, hey, listen, I know that this is not my responsibility. This here is a problem and a situation. How do you see that this should be taken care of? And how would you like me to help? You see, that's how you address those situations, because you don't want to try to go over somebody else's head, because what is that going to do? That's just going to bring problems right back to you. Okay? Who is the one that is leading the charge? You take it to them. What would you like me to do? Okay? Sometimes our family members are the ones who try to cast everything on us, even when we don't try to get involved in everything. You know what? And this was something that I really needed to address, because I know a lot of people are carrying the burdens of family, carrying the burdens of a relationship. I need y'all to know something. There's those of you out there that you really believe that things are going to fall apart if you're not the one that's doing certain things in your family. Listen, I've seen this time and time again, man. I get it. You love your mom. You love your dad. You love your grandmom. You love your brothers and sisters. I get it. But what you are doing is you're not living your life. How can you focus so much on being a master of in all of your family members' lives, but you haven't mastered your own life yet? You know, the saying goes that you need to help yourself first before you try to help everybody else. You see? Now, what happens is, if you continue on being the person that people are running to when there's an issue in the family, that they just come into you, it is because you have always made yourself available. You got to think about it. There's some people that are not the only child in the family, but yet every single issue that comes up is always falls on your shoulders. You know why? Because they know that you're the only one that's going to do something about it, and they're not willing to take the responsibility to take care of it themselves. You see? You just made yourself pretty much a slave to that situation. What you have to do is put the ball right back in their court. If they come to you, a family member come to you with a problem, and it's clearly a problem that they need to figure out how to solve, you have to start doing this. This here is a proven way to deal with this so that you can have peace of mind. You ask them, how do you think it should be addressed? What do you think needs to be done? How can I help you? You can't be the one, I'm going to take care of it for you. You can't always be that one. That may not be your role. You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You cannot always be the one, yo, I got it. I'm going to take care of it. Don't worry about it. If you think that doing that is making you just appear as such a great person. Man, you know what? Yeah, anybody that need anything, I got them. You know, there's some people that just carry this mentality of, like, you know, you have to be that kind of person. Because honestly, I think that what happens is that somebody was like that once upon a time with you, and you really appreciated that. That person just sort of saved the day, and you just like, you want to be that kind of person to other people. But your problem is that you're trying to be that kind of person to too many people. Okay? And this is because you haven't really prioritized what's the most important thing for you in your life, in your circle, which is your direct family, your direct responsibility. Okay? I don't want my daughter being responsible for all of the other kids in her classroom. You need to be responsible for your grades. You need to be responsible for your behavior. Okay? The teacher is responsible for the classroom, not you. So when it comes down to your family, you have to be able to make make sure to put it right back in their lap so that they could take care of their share of the responsibility. You don't want to be the only one carrying the burden. Okay, you don't want to do that. I'm gonna read y'all another scripture. And this is important because what happens is that if you always saying, yo, I got it, I got you, you know, I'm gonna do this, you haven't created any kind of standards for yourself, right? So people look at you as just somebody they can just throw their burdens on, and you're just carrying the burdens of all these people. And it's almost like you have created like a vow with this person. It's like assured, they are assured that if they come to you with this particular problem, that you got it. You almost created like some type of vow or bond or promise with them. And the reality is you probably never even said that with your mouth. Like, yo, I promise you, anything that you have a problem with, I got you. You may have never even said that, but the assumption is there because every single time there's an issue, they come into you about it, right? So you got to be careful with that. You have to be careful with that. And I'm going to tell you why. Ecclesiastes 5, chapter 5, verse 4 through 5. It says, when thou vowest a vow unto the Almighty Yah, defer not to pay it, for he has no pleasure in fools. Pay that which thou hast vowed. Better is that thou shouldest not vow, that thou shouldest not vow and not pay. You see, you have to understand, yes, Deja, that's called codependency. You don't want people to be codependent on you unless those are the people that you are responsible for. Okay? Because that's going to literally take your whole life away. I've seen people throw their whole entire life away because their mom isn't feeling well and they have believed that the only way that anything is going to get done is if they're there. That's not true. Your mom, she has lived a long time, even beyond you even being there. She gonna figure it out. Trust me. She gonna figure it out. Not saying that you just abandon your mom or you abandon your sister, your brothers. You don't abandon them, but you have to allow them to take on some level of responsibility for themselves. And you have to just pay attention to, are people okay with me focusing on my life? See, because you're going to realize that some people are not interested in you focusing on their life, on your own life. They are convinced that your life is focusing on whatever they got you doing. Oh, you better be here. What's going on? You got to be careful with that. If you see that type of thing, it's time for you to start focusing on you. Because you don't want to create these vows and then you feel as though that you can't, you wasn't able to do the thing that they asked you to do because you had something that you really needed to do for you. Okay? See, you don't want that. That Ecclesiastes 5 and 4 is saying it's better that you don't create these type of vows. Here's another scripture. Let your yea be yea and your nay be nay. You don't have to make no promises to nobody. The only people that you making promises to is the people that's closest to you, and that's in your family. You married, you made a vow with that person that you are, that's your wife or your husband. You have a promise to take care of your child. You understand? So you got to be careful with that, okay? Because people will literally just use you up. They will use you up, and you will be literally dealing with so much stress because number one, you're carrying too much on your plate. You haven't prioritized the things that's most important, and you have people that are codependent on you. Now, Ryan Blaze said, but some people have never been the I got it guy, yet people still try to cast them as that anyway. They try to have a long talk, one gripping them, telling them to focus on others. Yeah, I get you, brother Ryan. I do. I get it. But you have to be responsible for you and your situation. You have to know when to say no. You have to know when to say, I can't do it. You have to know when to say, and guess what? It's going to come with a lot of pressure. People are going to pressure you. But you're going to have to know when to say, yeah, you know what? I can't do it. Trust me. If they really got love for you, they're going to respect what you're saying. If they really got love for you, they're going to hear what you're saying and they're going to figure it out. And next thing you know, you're going to see them figuring it out. And you may ask them, hey, how's it going with that situation? They be like, oh, you know what? It all worked out. I guarantee you. If you just try it out, you come back, hey, did that situation work out for you? Oh yeah, you know what? It's going to be like they wasn't even thinking about it no more. But when they brought it to you, it was like the biggest situation ever. And it was like, yo, I need you to take care of it. I need you to do it. And you just like, yeah, you know what? I'm not available at this moment in time for that. You know, no disrespect, but you know, I got things that I have to take care of with, you know, A, B, and C. You know, it's really none of their business what you gotta take care of. You just got things that you need to do. I guarantee you come back a day, 2 days, a week later, a month later. Hey, how did that thing work out? They not even thinking about it no more. They like, oh yeah, that's good. Trust me, people always figure out their own situation, because what you don't want to do is get yourself all sick. You don't want to get yourself all stressed out because you're carrying the burdens of way too many people. Okay? So, you know, when it comes down to peace, you have to understand this comes with wisdom, right? If you really are a person that is desiring to have peace in your life, it's because you've gotten to a place of some level of wisdom. Because this is not a conversation that a lot of people without wisdom are having. People without wisdom, they're not seeking for peace. They're seeking for chaos. You got to think about it. There's two kind of people in this scenario that I'm talking about. There are people out there that just like, yo, I really need peace. I really need to make sure that I prioritize peace in my life. And then there's people out there that's not even their conversation. Every time you talk to them, it's another chaotic situation going on. And it's not like you hear them saying, yo, you know what? It's been a lot of stress going on. I think it's time for us to really address a way to bring peace to all of this here, so we're not dealing with all of this stress. You see what I'm saying? It comes with wisdom. And so Isaiah 26:3 says, thou will keep him in perfect peace, whose mind is stayed on thee because he trusteth in thee. I want y'all to hear something, right? If your focus is right now on peace, I want to ask you, have you ever focused on perfect peace? I mean, peace is one thing, but what about perfect peace? That's something right there, man. You know, when I read this scripture, Isaiah 26:3, I had to really think about this, because the way that the Bible is written is very intentional. Okay? And you know, there is another thing that's called delusion, right? There's a scripture that talks about that the Almighty Yah will bring upon some people a strong delusion. Not just delusion, but a strong delusion. Okay? But here in Isaiah 26:3, the Almighty Yah is saying that he is going to bring you perfect peace. You see? Now, I'm going to get into the strong delusion thing in just a second, but I'm telling you that you must desire that perfect peace. And it says in Isaiah 26:3, whose mind is stayed on thee. See, this goes right back to the first point, and which is the proven way to deal with every situation, you have to take it. If the situation is too big for you and is not for you to be dealing with, you have to take it to the Almighty Yah. You have to take it to the Almighty Yah. Now, I think somebody, well, Lando just shared Numbers 22 and 28. So I'm gonna pull that up just to see what we talking about here. Okay, verse 28, and I'm gonna read this here to see what we got, because I don't know what you, in context to what did you bring this out with. It says, "Then the Almighty Yah opened the mouth of the ass, and she said unto Balaam, What have I done unto thee? And thou hast smitten me these 3 times. And Balaam said unto the ass, Because thou hast mocked me, I would there were a sword in my hand, for now I will kill thee. And the ass said unto Balaam, Am I not thy ass upon which thou hast ridden ever since I was thine unto this day? Was I ever wont to do so unto thee? And he said, Nay." Right? And it says, the Almighty Yah opened up the eyes of Balaam, and he saw the angel of the Almighty Yah standing in the way, and his sword was drawn in his hand, and he bowed down his head and fell flat on his face. Okay, so Lando, just share with us in the context. You said delusion is believing, right? Just share with us why you brought out Numbers 22, verses 28 to 31. Just share that in the chat. But I want to get back to this here strong delusion thing, right? And perfect peace. Because these are important gems that I'm sharing with y'all that, you know, it's easier said than done for many people, okay? A lot of people cannot do what I'm talking about doing. And it really takes a lot of work on yourself and a lot of faith, okay? Seeking for perfect peace takes a lot of work on yourself and a lot of faith, okay? Now, I'm going to explain to y'all this here strong delusion thing, all right? Hey, shalom, everybody that's just tapping in. Sister Sephora said, blessing, Elder Yawitazah. Hope all is well. All is well, you know, peace, you know. This here is 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, and it says in verse 11, "And for all this cause, the Almighty shall send them strong delusion that they believe a lie." Right? Why is the Almighty Yah going to send people a strong delusion so that they can believe a lie? Think about this, right? So I'm going to go back to verse 9, right? Verse 9 says, "Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders, and with all deceivableness of unrighteousness in them that perish, because they receive not the love of the truth, that they might be saved." Here's the thing. The real truth in this whole thing is that you cannot take on the burdens and be the master of many things. That's the truth. If right now in your life you're taking on things that you already know, ain't no way you can carry that burden by yourself. If you continue on that particular path and you continue on carrying that yoke upon your shoulders, okay, what's going to happen is that you're going to fall into strong delusion. You see, you're going to start believing that, you know what, this is not going to get solved if I don't do it. You're going to start believing that you have to be the one to carry this on your shoulders or everything is going to fall apart. You're going to start believing these things, and you are going to start deteriorating spiritually, mentally, and physically. All things have to be given into the hands of the Almighty Yah. Okay? You don't want to fall into this strong delusion, believing that this relationship that you're in with this person that is clearly toxic, You see, it's some of you out there that's in a toxic relationship. You in a relationship with a person that is narcissistic. You in a relationship with a person that is extremely selfish. You're in a relationship with a person that is a user. You're in a relationship with a person that only cares about themselves. But you believe that somehow, if you just keep on doing what you're doing in that relationship, being all things in this relationship to this person, trying to change this person through all of the good that you're giving to them, you don't even realize that that's why they're with you, so that they can just suck up all the good that's in you. They're never going to change. But what happened is now in that relationship, you fell into strong delusion, believing that somehow you're going to be the one that's going to change this person and that things are going to get better. I see this way too much. A lot of our sisters get into relationships like that. Matter of fact, I'm going to just keep it a buck. Brothers get into relationships like this too. You get with a sister that, she just seems like all she needs is a real man in her life. She just needs some love. She rough around the edges. She had a hard life. And you believe that you're the one that's going to change everything for her. No, man. You got to understand that it's her responsibility to go through that transition, that change. That's going to be on her. There's brothers out there that really think that if you sit down with this particular type of woman, and somebody said like a harlot, somebody, you got a sister that's like a Jezebel, and you might see some good qualities in her. I want to let you know, Jezebel, she wasn't somebody that people just looked at and was like, yo, I hate her guts. She had charm. She had good qualities about her that people were attracted to. You see? It wasn't just about her looks. She had qualities about her that people were attracted to, but the evil that was in her was insidious to the point where she destroyed everybody around her. You see? So there's a lot of brothers out there they think that, you know what? I'm going to just sit down with this sister. We're going to read the Bible together. We're going to read these scriptures together. And I know that over time, because me and her are good. This is how this brother is thinking. Me and her are good. I know that she deals with other people in a bad way, but I'm a teacher with these scriptures. Bro, what you're doing is you're literally taking embers into your bosom and just you trying to hug a viper at this point. You have to know when the job is not for you to do. You can't save nobody. I want y'all to all hear what I'm saying. You can't save nobody. All you can do is plant a seed and let Yah save them if that be the Almighty Yah's will. You can't wake nobody up. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. You cannot wake nobody up. You need to let Yah wake them up. All you are supposed to do is plant the seed, be the example, and let Yah do the rest. If you can then see that this woman has changed because you planted a seed and then you walked away, you let Yah water that seed, you let Yah bring that sun down on that seed, and if she changes, hey, that was Yah's will. But there's people out there really in a relationship thinking that they are the one that's going to help change this person. That's strong delusion. And you are not going to bring perfect peace to yourself like that. Because you are trying to play the role of the Almighty Yah. You can't do that. You can't. I'm telling you, you're just leading yourself to destruction. There's sisters out there. They with a man that all he's ever done since he was a teenager was be a whoremonger. I want y'all to hear what I'm saying. And listen, If you are dealing with this particular spirit, you have to take some time to yourself, go to the Almighty God and say, listen, I have this thing that I'm fighting against, God, and I need you to take this away from me because I'm looking for peace. I'm looking for perfect peace. But what you can't do is you're not going to find perfect peace if you still dealing with and trying to be in a relationship with people when you know that you're messed up. So there's sisters out there that's literally in a relationship with a whoremonger, right? He's been a whoremonger since a teenager. That's all he ever known. And she literally thinks that he's going to change because she's a good woman. Good women get hurt every day. Every day. Good women out here are losing their mind every day. Good women out here are losing their house, their car, their credit to a dude out here that really is just trash every day. And for those brothers out there, I want y'all to hear. I want y'all to have some balance. I want you to just think, if you have a daughter, right? And your job is to take care of your daughter, but your daughter grows up and now she's with a man, and you can see that this dude is just want to be a playboy. He just a dude that just trying to get the next chick. You can see that. You're gonna be like, yo, hey, you're gonna pull your daughter to the side. Yo, that's not the one for you, baby. That's not the one for you. I know what you think that you see in this brother here. He's not ready yet. Ryan Blade said they are bottomless pits. They are genuinely unpleasable. Exactly. Lando said brain with a whoremonger is delusional, sir. Right. Being with a whoremonger, you meant to say, yup. Zipporah said, I watched my dad's stepson break a woman. She lost everything. Yo, I've seen it so many times. Try to be good, but you forever the bad guy because you won't accept certain behaviors or beliefs. Sister Yana said that. Yo, I'm telling you, there's some of us are in relationships, man, and I know that some of you out there, you're trying to figure out, yo, what am I supposed to do? What am I supposed to do? I'm gonna just leave it to you just like this, and I'm gonna leave y'all with this. In order for you to protect your peace of mind and get that perfect peace, sometimes you have to remove yourself from those situations. I know what I'm saying right now to some of you out there, you like, yo, that sound good, but how am I supposed to do that? You gotta have faith, yo. I'm telling you, you're gonna have to walk away. And I know that this sounds so hard. Like, it's just like, how can I walk away from my relationship? How can I walk away from certain family members? How can I walk away from a certain job or responsibility? Look, you think that it's going to be tragic if you walk away from these situations or if you walk away from these people. You literally think it's going to be the end of the world because you're under a strong delusion. I'm telling you, I want y'all to really hear what I'm saying. And I don't want you to feel offended and like, y'all, no, he not on point with this. Yo, you really feel like if you walk away from that situation, it's going to be the end of the world. Like, you get anxiety from it. It keeps you up at night. You like, yo, I gotta stick to it. I gotta follow it through. No. If you're on a road and you're going the wrong direction, if you continue on going in that direction, it ain't going to end up putting you on the right path, yo. It's not. You're going to have to say, enough is enough. Let me shut this down. Okay? Now, I want to tell you what's going to happen when you shut these situations down. When you shut these situations down, it is going to feel like the end of the world. Because those people, your job, that situation, it's going to get to a point where it's like, yo, like y'all trying to kill me. This is super stressful. What's going on? But I'm telling you just gonna have to give it to Yah. You're gonna have to sleep on it. You're gonna have to sleep in a different house. You're gonna have to walk away from a situation. You're gonna have to get lost for a little bit. You're gonna have to be MIA for a little bit. And let Yah take care of that situation. I'm gonna tell you this. When you come back and you resurface, it's gonna be like all of that whole situation that was so crazy, it ain't even happening no more. You're gonna be like, yo, I really thought that if I was right here this whole time with y'all, like this situation was never gonna end. That this was gonna be real bad, but all of y'all good now? And they gonna be like, yeah, we good. Yeah, we good. Yeah, everything all right. You be like, wow. And this is just plain old just having faith in the Almighty Yah that He's going to take care of your problems. Okay? Listen, I'm going to tell y'all a story that it just happened to me. It's just happened to me. My mom, which some of y'all know from Hebrew Care. Hebrew Care is the place that you can go to get clean and lawful products. My mom hand makes those products, and as some of you know, my mom ended up with breast cancer, stage 3 breast cancer. And gratefully, my mom has beat breast cancer through the power of the Almighty Yah. So all praise to the Almighty Yah for that. Yo, shout out to all the supporters, people that have been there for us, just getting us through this hard time. Okay? Now, I'm going to be doing another stream soon where I'm going to be sharing the event that my family had. What is a bell ringing. Usually when people beat breast cancer, they have like a celebration and they ring a bell. So I went to Pennsylvania with my wife and my daughter to go and attend this here event that my family put together for my mom, and it was absolutely beautiful. I'm so happy that I was able to get up there for that because I'm in South Carolina and all of my family is in Pennsylvania. Okay, so this here situation that happened to me was I booked the flights, and right before I booked the flights, I wanted to figure out who would be able to get me from the airport, but I didn't want to burden anybody, right? And so at first, one of my sisters were going to come and pick me up from the airport, and then at the last minute, she said that she wasn't going to be able to do it, okay? So my backup plan was, okay, I'm going to rent a car, all right? And so my family only lives an hour from the airport, and so at the last minute, when my sister said she wasn't going to be able to do it, I'm like, no problem, I'm going to rent a car, okay? So we get to the airport, and, I'm calling to see, like, hey, is anybody going to come? And when I was able to see that nobody was going to be able to come, and like I said, I didn't want to burden anybody, we went ahead straight over to the car rental place. I think the first place that we went to was called Thrifty, okay? Now, I booked all of this online ahead of time, okay? So when I get to Thrifty, Thrifty talking about, oh, you're going to have to give a $500 deposit. A $500 deposit? Look, y'all didn't say any of this on your website. So I'm not about to give y'all no $500 deposit. Like, it cost, for the three of us, it already cost us a pretty penny just to get up there to Pennsylvania to see my mom. And so I said, you know what? Forget it. I just said, you know what? Hey, y'all, whatever can happen with the next company, I pray you make it work out. So get to the next company, Budget, right? Now I book Budget online, and they take like $300, almost $400, right? I get to Budget, and Budget talking about, we can't use a debit card. You're going to have to give us a credit card for a deposit, and the deposit was only like $200. I didn't have any credit cards on me, so I'm just like, well, my wife got her credit card. Can y'all use her credit card? They just like, well, her name is not booked on this account, so you're gonna have to book a whole new. Hey, okay, family. So I lost y'all for a little second because it was getting a little too hot outside. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I like to be outside sometimes, but yeah, I'm just wrap this story up. Pretty much what happened is we ended up getting stranded at the airport because budget turned around and took extra money. We literally had, no extra money at this point. They done took all of the extra money. Okay, so I said, you know what? Not even gonna worry about it. Literally, I didn't worry about it. I didn't stress myself out. I kept my peace of mind. I said, yeah, however you want to deal with it, it's all good. We're gonna get there to my mom's, and we're gonna have this celebration. And so I didn't sit there and burden myself and stress myself out about the situation and argue with the people. And I wasn't going to do that. I took me and my family and we hopped on the train, which is the regional rail line in Pennsylvania. And I called my family up and I say, listen, I'm going to get myself as close as I can to Reading. Can y'all get me from Norristown? And so they was like, "Oh yeah, that's no problem because Norristown is right around the corner." We hopped on a train, right, to get downtown first. Okay, now listen to this story. This is something. When you really are taking the time to just have faith in the Almighty Yah and just let Him deal with a situation, He really gonna deal with it. I'm on a train, right? And I'm talking, I think to my, I think I'm talking to my mom or to my dad, and I'm letting them know what was going on with the car rental companies, right? Why the lady next to us, just some random lady, I wasn't talking loud, but just this random lady, she overheard what I was saying, okay? And after I hung up with them, the lady was like, hold on a second. The lady was like, hey, so, I don't mean to be rude, but I overheard, your situation. And I know that, y'all gonna probably get downtown and y'all gonna probably want to get something to eat. I know y'all had a long flight. She's like, listen, I work for a lawyer's office and my office is right downtown. How many bags do y'all have? I'm like, well, we got our 3 suitcases and and a couple of book bags. So she was just like, you know what? Drop y'all bags off at my office. I'm gonna take y'all to my office. You could drop your bags off at my office. Y'all go ahead and get something to eat, and then I'll take you to where you can get your ticket for Norristown. I said, really? She was just like, don't even worry about it. Her name was Miss Aqua, right? So we get off of the train, and she literally walks us through like, yo, downtown Philadelphia. It's like a labyrinth. Okay, it's a very cool city, but it's like a labyrinth. But it's like the trains run under the city. Okay, so it's like a little bit like a city under the city. When we get off of the train, we're in a subway. She take us through this back door and then through an elevator, and then it takes us to one of these high rises, and we end up in this huge lawyer's office. And the lady was like, "Don't even worry about it. Just leave y'all bags right over there." I'm like, "Yo, this has never happened to me before. Never in my life has something like this happened to me before. Just this random lady, and she really looked out, man. Me and my family, bro, we went down to the Reading terminal in Philadelphia, got ourselves some good food, walked around for a little bit. We got our tickets. We got up to Norristown, and we went ahead and celebrated that celebration with my family, man. It was beautiful. And so the long story short is that if you're gonna sit back and just burden yourself to the point where you put the problem on your shoulder so much and you're not able to give it to the Almighty Yah, then whatever happens to you in that situation is your fault. And it's not going to get worked out because you're not able to work it out. You have to give it to Yah so that he can work it out for you. That is the message of the show. That is the message, the surefire way, the proven way that you're going to be able to take care of every situation by giving it to the Almighty Yah, trusting in him, and then just let go. You're going to have to let go. Sometimes you're just going to have to let go. So I appreciate everybody tapping in with me. I will be going live again today with Brother New Breed. We're going to be talking about the Jamboree Jubilee at UP Farms. That's Unlimited Potential Farms. Make sure y'all tap in with us later today so that we can share with you all of the great stuff that we got going on with this here event. And I'm going to say this right now. This event, it's a lot of work, but you already know, brother Yawitazah is not about to put everything on himself. I'm going to just trust the Almighty Yah, and he going to take care of everything. So please, family, if you can, make sure you like this video, subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. And I do appreciate any support that you all give in this here mission of mine and of the other brothers that are a part of this here mission, that we are really sincerely trying to do real things out here, like build a community, okay? Not just that, but we're trying to pull together like-minded brothers and sisters and just get ourselves to a place of having some self-sustainability. And so if you really care about that, just go ahead and support the mission. You can go to the description in this here video and you can see ways to support. I really appreciate all the love and the support that everyone has given thus far. And you will be seeing more videos from me soon. But until now, peace and shalom.